I want to prove to them I'm the best in the world. And I want Pacado. I want Makwigan, that girl. You know, man, I'm too bad, baby.
This is the warm-up here on TV3. We are here with the legend himself, Ghana's boxing legend, Professor Azumah Nelson, and it's his birthday today. We're going to ask him a few questions on his life as a boxer and how he has lived it to become so fresh at age 60. Prof, you're welcome to Warm Up on TV3.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to you, first of all. But
Thank
60
you.
years, it's been an incredible journey for you. How has it been? I mean, your life and everything that you've gone through for the past 60 years.
But I give thanks to God, and you know, it's not easy, you know, from my childhood, you know, and when I took up boxing, and everything started changing, you know, and today everybody is celebrating me, you know. It tells you that God has blessed me so much.
But it's been a very good journey for you. But how did it all start? Your childhood, take us through where you grew up, how it started for you, and all of that.
Yeah, it's a long story. You know, my father loved boxing, and my grandfather didn't allow him to fight. So sometimes he dodged, you know, he hide himself and go and fight, yeah, and come back, you know. So it took me to boxing one day, you know, and I saw two small boys fighting, like 6 or 7 years boys fighting, and the other one is bigger than the other one a little bit. So I after the fight, I saw water in the face of one of the small boy, and I thought he's crying, and I felt bad, and I told my father that he should take me to the ring. I want to fight the other guy, you know. So my father said okay, but before I realized we're home, you know. And when I wake up, I've been telling him that he take me to somewhere I want to fight, you know. I want to fight, and then he say okay. So one day I was at my mother's family house. I saw a man with a small boxing shoe, yeah, and a small boy. Yeah. But when I saw the boxing shoe, the size of the boxing shoe, I realized that no, it could be for this small boy. So I went to the man and asked him, "Is this boy a boxer?" And the man said yes. And I said, "Oh, but I can beat him." And he said no. And I said, "Okay, then let's fight." And he said no. So he directed us to the gym, and he gave us the time. So we went there. When I went there, when I'm going, I went with my friends. We went, and then when I went there, I saw the man and the boy and other boys, and the man couldn't recognize me. And so I went there and I called him. I said, "I'm here." Then he looked at me and he said, "Who am I?" So I'm the one said I beat your boy yesterday. I said, "Oh yeah, okay. And then he put the gloves on us. Yeah. We start fighting. The guy beat me so bad. Anytime I throw the punch, the boy dodge, and then he punched me. One throw a dodge, he punched me. So we finish, and then we're going home, you know. And my friends are not saying anything the way, and I'm not saying anything. But all I'm thinking is, oh, I've disgraced my friends, yeah, you know. But I don't know what my friends are thinking. So we went home. Everybody went his way home, and then I went and sat down, and I'm thinking, what did I do wrong that I couldn't hit him? And when I threw the punch, I mean, he hit me. So then I'm saying, oh, okay, I'm supposed to do this. When you throw the punch, I'm supposed to do this. When I'm going to throw the punch, I say, okay, I've got the plan. I'll go again, you know. So the following day, I went again. But this time, I didn't go with my friends, you know. I went again, and we start fighting again, you know. And then he beat me again, but he didn't beat me like yesterday, you know, like the first day. So another day I went again, like 3 times, you know, and the 3rd time I realized that no, this fight is a draw, you know. Okay, because I can say that I've done well, you know. Yeah. So the 4th day I came and I realized that no, I beat him. Then I started continue going, you know. So I became member there. So we were there when one coach from They transfer him to Accra, man. They transfer him to Kumasi, and then he came back. So my coach took me there. My coach is not a good coach, so he took me to Atukwe Kroti. Yes. So we all started there, and then he started showing us the boxing, rare boxing, and then we start fighting small. We got to know the act well, and then gradually we became the boxers.
Now, what did that experience do for you? Your childhood experience, where you had to fight with the boy about 4 or 5 times in order to actually get better at it. What did that experience do for you? Did it carry you all the way through your career as a boxer? What happened to that experience?
I believe that boxing is something God gave me, and I believe that God gave everybody a talent, and I can see that is my talent, So when the guy beat me, I'm not a boxer, but when he beat me, when I come home, I sit down and thinking, I'm thinking. I said, no, he didn't have to beat me like that. So I correct my mistake myself, and I go. So it gives me encouragement. It tells me that if you like something, when you want to do something, you have to love what you are doing, and when you love it, you can do it better. So you can see that I love boxing so much, and even today, I am saying that if I died and come back again, and I became president of the nation or whatever, I'll still be a boxer. It tells you how much I love the game.
Well, exactly. Now, you seem to have an incredible sense of confidence in yourself. You believe in yourself so much. Where do you get that sort of inspiration from, and why are you so confident about yourself, Azumah Nelson?
Yes, I'm so confident about myself in boxing. Yes, yes, because I believe that I know the act well. Boxing is an act. I believe that I know the act more than you do. So I know definitely I'll beat you, because what I can do in the ring, you cannot do it. So that is why I'm so confident.
Now, if you hadn't been a boxer, if this whole boxing thing didn't work for you, what would you have done?
When we are young, we've been selling things. We're selling coconut. We do a lot of things. But I believe that if I was not a boxer, I'll be the president of because boxing, I'm the president in my division.
Right.
Yes. So anything that I my hand will grab, that I'll do. I have to be the best. So by this time I'll be president of the coconut sellers.
well, exactly. Now let's come a bit to your professional career as well. I mean, you've gone through so many fights, in your very glittering career. I'm obviously very young. I never watched you in action, but which of your fights was the most memorable fight for you, that every time you sit down, you're like, this is the fight that will always live with me?
Yeah, I'll tell you that it's Wilfredo Gomez, because if I couldn't beat him, I couldn't win that fight that night. I cannot be Azumah Nelson. Yes. So that fight is very, very important to me, and I always thank God for making me the champion, because I'm not surprised. I know I'm going to be a world champion, but it's just a matter of time, and when the time came, I took it.
Exactly. Now let's also talk about the experience of fighting outside Ghana. How is it like? Is it tricky? What do you need to do to be able to succeed as you did on that international level?
That is why I've been telling people that when I'm going to fight, I take my own referees and my own judges. I don't want anybody to judge for me, because boxing, is a mafia game. But my father told me when I was young, he told me that, listen, if you are fighting somebody, if you want to win the fight, make sure that the person is down, and even if they ask a small boy who's the loser, he will tell you the one who is down is the loser. So I try to make sure I knock my opponent out.
Now, what are some of the best moments in your career that you can remember?
Like Jeff Fennick, one like that, you know. I fought him twice. When I fought him the first fight, I wasn't feeling well. I'm down with malaria, but I believe that I know the art, so I can beat him, you know. But when we start fighting, I got tired early, you know, because I'm weak, you know. So I got tired early, like 6 rounds, 7 rounds. I'm tired, you know. But I have to use the art, you know, the experience, and I think that between the 12th round or something, he nearly knocked me out, you know. So he think because maybe when he won the last 12 rounds or something, he think they're supposed to give him the fight, you know. But the fight is not 1 round, it's 12 rounds, you know. So if you're going to win, you have to win like 7, you know. But if you win 1 or 2 and you want to be champion, you know. So after the fight, I think it was draw 1 or something. So he said, you know, he didn't agree. I said, don't worry, I'll give you a rematch. Wherever you want the rematch to take place, I'll be there, you know. And he said, yes, he need a rematch because he couldn't believe what is going on, you know. I said, no problem. Where do you want the rematch to take place? And he said he want the rematch to take place in Australia, his hometown. I said, don't worry, because he knows the reason why he said he want the rematch to take place there, because he knows that his people are there and there's no way I can win there, you know. And I told him he shouldn't worry. The father can be the referee, the mother can be the judges, and the children can be the supporters. I'll still knock him out, you know. And I went there and I knocked him out, like I said, you know. So it means I do what I said.
And that's obviously a very incredible feat for you. But who was your toughest opponent as a boxer? I mean, who was it?
It's a Mexican called Azabache Martinez. This guy is so strong and he knows the art so much. And I'm telling you, when his hands are so strong, when he throw the punch, and sometimes I block the punch with my hand, you know. I feel like, you know, he hit me with iron, you know. And you have to ask yourself, if this punch hit your jaw, you know, I mean, when you go down and out, you know. So you have to be very, very careful not to take any of this punch, you know. So when you are thinking, you know, it makes you tired in the ring. Maybe one day I'll give you just 20 seconds to enter the ring, and you can stand there alone, and 20 minutes you can do it, you know, no problem. But when somebody stand in front of you wearing the gloves like you wear, I mean, you see that you ask yourself, why should I be tired so much, so early? You know, they're thinking, because when you are standing there, you're thinking what to do. You know, the opponent too is thinking what to do. You want to set him up. You know, he's trying to set you up. You know, it's not easy. You know, that's what makes the boxers. You know, when they say you are a champion, you are a great champion, because the people knows what you have passed through. We fought twice. The first fight was I won on points. The same thing, they said no, they didn't allow, they didn't agree that they cheated. I said, don't worry, I'll give you a rematch. I give me a rematch, you know. And then the last round, the 12 rounds, you know, I knocked him out, you know. And see, after the fight, we have to go and see the doctor to check us, you know. And he's here and I'm here, and they are pushing 2 of us to the doctor, and we are looking at each other's face, you know. And I say, I'm saying you have done well. I say you have done well. It is nice.
Okay. Now, throughout your boxing career, you earned many admirers. A lot of people love you here in Ghana, but former President Flight Lieutenant Jerry Jones has a special relationship with you. How did that start, and what happened? The two of you seem to be very good friends.
Yes, former president Jerry John Lawrence, he said some things to me. Look like he's a prophet, because when we are young, I wanted to be. I wanted to join the force, and he said no. He won't allow me to join the force because the fire that he's seeing in me, it's not for me to join the force. So I say, okay, if he says so, So we just training gradually, and I decided to turn professional because if I join the force, I cannot be a professional boxer. So I come to a time I have to. We're supposed to go to Olympic. I went to African Games, Commonwealth Games, World Military Games. I took all the gold medals there, and left the Olympic Games. Then we get ready to go for the Olympic Games, and then they boycott the Olympic Games because of apartheid and South African program. So I cannot wait for 4 years again because the age, So I turned professional, and I became national champion. That's why I couldn't make the Olympic. I couldn't become Olympic gold medalist. Because my aim is to become Olympic gold medalist because nobody have become Olympic gold medalists in Ghana. We have bronze, we have silver. Now we need the gold, and who can take the gold? And someone else can take the gold. But God said no. It's not me who take the gold. So I left to a professional. I became Ghana champion, African champion, and Commonwealth champion, and I became world champion.
Okay. Now, so when was the last time the two of you met? I mean, yourself and Flight Lieutenant Jerry John?
Oh, we've been meeting. I've been going to the house, and last I think last week I was there. We went there, and he made a cake, birthday cake, congratulations, Azumah Nelson, So we are all there with some of the military guys, police people, and then the couple friends, including him, and we cut the cake, and then we sang the happy birthday, and then he sang it. He sang the happy birthday in the airway, we're just joking and happy, make it's very, very, very nice.
Exactly. Now, let's come a bit down to your personal life now. How is your family? How's your wife and your children and everybody?
My family is okay. My family is okay. We are cool. Everything is okay by God's grace. We're going day by day. Whatever God will tell us to do today, we follow. Tomorrow follow up to today. So, so far, so wonderful.
Now, what sort of music do you like? I mean, when you are going into the ring, what sort of music pumps you up before you get in there?
A lot of music, like gospel, a lot of gospel music, I remember I was going to fight one of the fights, and I took this song, Asemberiba, there's something coming, you were young then, but I believe you have heard it, so I love gospel because my relationship with God, when the gospel, when I hear the gospel songs, I know that my God is there.
Now let's come to a bit of contemporary music that we all enjoy? And is there any high life musician you like, or hip life, and you like Sarkodie or something?
I like all of them. I like all of them because they have different styles. Yes, but any, you know, I don't, any music I come to hear. If I hear any music I hear, I just listen to it. But sometimes I listen to what's the name? Amateur Dede, sometimes Amateur Dede music, and Bob Marley, some music that there's a sense inside. I didn't say there's no sense in other ones, but the other, like today, the young ones coming when they are making the raps, sometimes you can't understand what they are saying, but their age group understood what they are saying, so it's okay for them,
Now, Prof, you during your time, your career, and all of that, you made some huge amounts of money and all of that. But what was the best car that you ever bought for yourself?
Well, when you ask me this, which means you heard about the limousine. I think.
Yeah, I mean, my father told me about the limousine. I just want to find out, was that the best car you ever bought, or there was something that that superseded the limousine?
No, when it comes to this car, limousine, I would say that's the best car I bought, because that is what, when I saw it, that's what I love it. Okay. As soon as I saw the car in America, I saw the car, I said, wow, this is nice, I'll buy some. Yes. But any car that I see didn't catch me. Okay. But this one catch me, that, oh wow, this is beautiful, I'll buy it, and I bought it.
Now let's talk a bit about food. What food does it for you? Your favorite food?
I don't have a favorite food, but food that I love is like banku and okra stew. Yes, fufu, kenke rice. But anything. So far as one of my friends, when I asked him what do you like, he said he don't like rubber, because rubber, when he chew it can go. Apart from rubber,
So you like everything.
He like everything,
So let's come to the Azumah Nelson fight tonight. Now, 21st of July, it's supposed to come on. How's the preparations going? What should we expect on the 21st of July?
Yeah, the preparation was going on. It's going on very well, and today, I'm a Goal ambassador, so the girls having some small dinner with me, and my few friends, and then tomorrow, Friday, tomorrow is the weighing, and then after weighing, press conference, and then Saturday is a fight, and these fighters are very tough fighters. It's a challenge, strong fight. So we can get some of the boys, and polish them. And then after Saturday, we're going to Las Vegas, Las Vegas Center, for after church, for a party. So we'll expect you people there.
Oh yeah, we'll certainly.